Have you ever heard someone say that Jesus broke the Sabbath? In Mark 2:25 through 27, the Pharisees accused Jesus' disciple of doing exactly that, picking grain on the Sabbath. But instead of apologizing or backing down, Jesus responds with a story about David. So, what's really happening here? Did Jesus break the Sabbath? Or was something deeper going on? Let's dig in. Welcome to Between the Lines, where we dive deeper into Scripture and uncover what's hidden between the lines. I'm Chris Adams. Thank you for joining me, and let's get into the message. Here's what Mark 2:25 through 27 says. But he said to them, "Have you never read what David did when he was in need and hungry, he and those with him? How he went into the house of God in the days of Abiathar, the high priest, and ate the showbread, which is not lawful to eat except for the priest, and also gave some to those who were with him. And he said to them, the Sabbath was made for man, and not man for the Sabbath." To understand this, we need to break down two things. Number one, David and the showbread. Jesus refers to the story from 1 Samuel 21, where David and his men, running for their lives, eat bread that was normally only for priests. The point? Human need is more important than rigid religious rules. And number two, the purpose of the Sabbath. The Pharisees had turned the Sabbath into a strict set of rules, but Jesus reminded them the Sabbath was made for man, not man for the Sabbath. In other words, the Sabbath wasn't meant to be a burden, it was meant to be a gift. So, what does this mean for us today? God's laws are meant to serve people, not control them. The Pharisees missed the heart of the law. They cared more about rules than people. But Jesus showed that God's commands are meant to bring life, rest, and freedom, not unnecessary burdens. Legalism misses the point. It's easy to focus on rules and forget why they exist, but following God isn't about checking off a list. It's about knowing His heart. And rest is still important. While we're not under the Old Testament Sabbath laws, the principle still stands. God values rest. If Jesus defended the Sabbath as a gift to humanity, maybe we should take rest more seriously in our own lives. So here's the takeaway. Jesus didn't break the Sabbath. He fulfilled its true purpose. The real question is, are you living under religious pressure, or are you experiencing the freedom and rest that God designed for you? That's it for today. I'll see you next time. And remember, stay with the Word and the Spirit. Thank you for tuning in to Between the Lines. If you enjoyed today's episode, be sure to subscribe and leave a comment. And if you want to dive even deeper into the study of Scripture, connect with me on social media and join the conversation. Until next time, stay with the Word and the Spirit.